The officer thought he was just another black man behind the wheel of an expensive car. He shouted, cursed, and demanded control. But what he didn't know was that the man he was yelling at outranked every single badge in that county. Before we begin, hit subscribe and drop a emoji in the comments to stand against arrogance and injustice. It was 8:47 a.m. Highway 16 outside Atlanta. Agent Jordan Miles, 37 years old, was on his way to a federal briefing in D.C. He was calm, focused, and driving his new black Ford Explorer, government issued. Unmarked, he wore a plain suit, sunglasses, and a silver watch. Nothing flashy, nothing suspicious. But to Officer Blake Thompson sitting in his cruiser at the gas station exit, that black SUV looked too nice for that guy. Blake followed him for 3 miles, waiting for a reason. When Jordan changed lanes without signaling, perfectly legal but convenient enough, the lights flashed. Pull over now. Jordan sighed, eased to the shoulder, and placed both hands clearly on the steering wheel. He'd done this before, too many times. The officer walked up fast, aggressive. Sunglasses down, ego up. License and registration, now. Jordan spoke calmly. Good morning, officer. Is there a reason you stopped me? Don't talk, just hand it over. Blake snapped. Jordan reached slowly for his ID. Not a driver's license, but a federal badge tucked inside a leather wallet. But before he could show it, Blake shouted again, Keep your hands where I can see 'em! Jordan froze. He'd seen this movie play out before, but not today. Blake leaned closer to the window, sneering. What's a guy like you doing driving this car? You steal it? Jordan's jaw tightened. This vehicle belongs to the U.S. government, Blake smirked. Yeah, and I'm the president. He yanked open the door. Step out of the car now. Jordan took a deep breath, unbuckled, and stepped out slowly, keeping his hands visible. Neighbors from a nearby diner started recording on their phones. Blake circled him like a predator. Hands on the hood. Jordan complied silently. He didn't raise his voice. Didn't resist. What's in the trunk? Blake barked. Official documents. We'll see about that. He started opening compartments. Ignoring protocol, Jordan spoke softly. Officer, you might want to call your supervisor before this goes further. Oh, I'll call someone all right, after I cuff you for obstruction. That was the breaking point. Jordan looked up, locked eyes with him, and said, Do it. And watch what happens next. Backup arrived, 2 more patrol cars, lights flashing. Traffic slowed. Cameras rolled. Blake strutted like he owned the highway. We got ourselves a tough guy here, he said, smirking at the new officers. Claims he works for the feds. The younger cop looked uncertain. Sir, maybe we should check his ID first. I said cuff him. Blake barked. Jordan stayed silent as the cuffs clicked. He didn't resist. He knew what came next. But as Blake walked him to the car, Jordan finally spoke. The last man who cuffed me without reason lost his badge. You're about to join him, Blake laughed. You threatening a police officer? Jordan tilted his head. No, I'm giving you a chance to walk away with your dignity. Then, quietly, he nodded toward the dash cam on Blake's cruiser. That camera records audio too, right? Yeah, so? Then congratulations! You just confessed to racial profiling, illegal search, and unlawful detainment. Live. Blake blinked. He turned to the dash cam, then to the crowd recording him. His smirk faded. Jordan continued. But don't worry. The system you're streaming to? I helped build it. At that moment, a black SUV pulled up. Blacked out windows, government plates. 2 agents stepped out. One of them flashed a badge. FBI Internal Affairs. The crowd gasped. Release him now. Blake hesitated. He was resisting. No, the senior agent said, his voice cold. He was testing you. They uncuffed Jordan. The agent saluted him. Sir, we're sorry for the delay. Blake's face turned pale. Sir, wait, sir? Jordan turned to him, calm as ever. You wanted to know what I do for a living? I investigate corruption within law enforcement. Congratulations, you just made the list. The crowd cheered. Phones captured every word. Blake looked like he wanted to disappear. The next day, the video hit social media. Police officer harasses black FBI agent, instantly regrets it. 6 million views in 24 hours. News outlets called it poetic justice. The department released a statement. We do not tolerate misconduct, regardless of rank. Blake was suspended pending investigation. But for Jordan, it wasn't about revenge. It was about proof. In an interview later, he said, I didn't want him fired. I wanted him educated. Because arrogance in uniform is more dangerous than any weapon. He began hosting training sessions for local police, teaching them about racial bias, restraint, and professionalism. One clip went viral where he said, "Respect isn't given by your badge. It's earned by how you treat the powerless." Months later, at a ceremony, the same police chief who once ignored his calls stood up and publicly apologized. Agent Miles reminded us that the color of authority is not blue, it's integrity. As he walked off stage, reporters asked, "Sir, what would you say to officers like Blake?" Jordan smiled faintly. "Next time, before you pull someone over, make sure your heart's driving, not your ego." Some battles are fought with fists, others with calm and truth. He didn't need to raise his voice. His silence spoke louder than their arrogance. If this story inspired you, hit subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and comment a emoji for justice.